Right? I mean, like, I know it's unfair. This is totally like an unfair argument, I think. I'm actually not really thinking too much. All right, so let's just talk about it. Hey, friends and family, my name is Skylent, and I wanted to rant on MMO music. And I'm thinking there's a little bit of unfairness because this is, like, obviously it's going to be about generally MMOs. Some MMOs have really good music, or at least one super good song. I know Guild Wars 2's got a couple that are just like, pretty freaking good. But I'm just saying, like, it's also kind of an issue because generally, I think most known MMOs are MMORPG. And really, I'm starting to think, just as I hit record, that this argument is really more about RPG music overall. I just watched Anthony Fantano's one of his videos. He was talking about game music, so I got inspired by that. By the way, he's the internet's busiest music nerd. Pretty fun YouTube channel. You should check it out. Just reviews all sorts of music stuff. It's pretty good. Now me, I actually got started on YouTube by music, so music is pretty close to my heart. But before we go into this rant, I will kind of delve into myself so you kind of see more my perspective. I'm somebody who I don't re-listen to songs exactly. I listen to a song and then like I listen to the covers, but I very, very hard and truly try to not listen to the same songs over and over and over again. Maybe if I first hear a song, I will listen to different mixings of that song, obviously different covers. I might re-listen to the song in that moment, but when it comes to just daily life, I know a lot of you guys are stuck in high school. There's actually a really good video by Adam Neely, who is also an amazing musical YouTuber. So check him out too. He talks about why that's the case. But anyways, a lot of you guys are stuck in high school. Just listen to what you basically grew up with over and over on repeat. And I'm somebody who I don't do that. I don't listen to that. So when it comes to video game music, I'm really picky because it's music designed to be very repetitious. It's something that you hear very often in MMOs, as a games as a service. You're going to be listening to the same songs over and over and over again. So I am already very biased to be irritated, agitated, and unwelcoming to the style of music in games like this, and then especially now RPGs, which often, they have the violins, they got the wind instrument, they got the orchestra, and it's all kind of written very, very similarly. And I am so unmagicked by all of it. Even songs that I know are good, which I mentioned already, there's a few in Guild Wars 2, like Fear Not This Night, that I kind of am like, okay, cool, that was neat. I can agree that that's not bad. I can even say it's good. But to me, do I love it? Have I personally loved any song in any MMO? And thinking about that, really thinking about that, I have to say that yes, the answer is yes. And it was RuneScape. If I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm going to be 100 with you. If I made, and I will make actually, a top 10 MMO soundtrack list, okay? I'm pretty sure RuneScape would be top 2. I don't know if it'd be number 1 because I need to really think about it. I need to go play more MMOs just to double check. But right now, it is the most unique, most catchy, most soulful, in my opinion, soundtrack. And I am talking about old school RuneScape. Yeah. The one that has pretty shit fidelity. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. The one that sounds like a 2007 ringtone, because that's basically what it is. That, to me, with the limitations that they had, and the character of the game, and how, like, the music oozes that, I have to say that that's the best. It is the best fucking music I've ever heard in my goddamn life. Now, of course, you can look at games like Skyrim, and we're talking about MMOs, but, this is really like a lot of RPGs. You can hear the music, and it's not bad. They put in the time and the effort, and it's scored correctly. It is a correct type of music. But as I learned to play instruments, and of course another bias is I taught myself how to play music, taught myself how to sing and do all that, and I started with screaming, so I'm all rebel. I did not really appreciate the mathematical approach to music until recently. I think math rock is actually very interesting, and there's still a lot of creativity with that. And I've actually written most of my songs utilizing math. Absolutely. I'm just saying my roots, my origins, and I think just the concept of art, or what I consider mostly what is art to me, is more of it should be created with more of an organic approach. And I just think that mostly, I mean, I've done videos on this already, but MMOs are very inorganic, which they should be. I think MMOs should be very, very organic. They should be the most organic genre because they are games as a service that require massive numbers of players to play in a community setting. They should be extremely organic and have a more varied ebb and flow than other games, but they tend not to. They tend to be very structured, very safe, and I think that's very boring for a lot of us. And one aspect is the music. The music is just so fucking background. It is, and you know, that's kind of the point. And I went to school. I went to Full Sail University for game design. And one of the first things that we learned, okay, other than how to properly write an email, after that we made some board games and things like that. When we started talking about video games and playing other people's video games, you know, reviewing other students' video games, we were talking about music. That was like one of the first things. Make a platformer, make some music. What the fuck are you making? You know. And even there, which I don't agree with everything Full Sail taught. I'm not gonna agree with this, but they talk about how it's hard to make a game, I guess, soundtrack. And I guess I agree with that. Sorry, I'm rambling. It has to be background music. It can't be distracting, but it's still got to be good. It's still got to be great. And at the same time, sometimes music can be influential and it can enhance the gameplay. So like, it is extremely difficult to balance that. So you're either kind of, most people are, you're just like, okay, you just make something that fills the background, just throw it in there, or you make something that basically is the gameplay. And getting it in between, where you have dynamic soundscapes like you do in Battlefield, where the music actually climaxes somehow magically whenever it knows you're in a big firefight, things like that. That is super difficult. That is super hard. Like that is art. Okay, so I'm not saying that every game needs to have that, but I'm just saying that is the ideal. And in MMOs, you know, I wish we had more dynamic music and things like that, but generally what you get, and I'm going to go back to Skyrim because it seems like a lot of games follow this suit, the RPG route, here is that, okay, if you're in battle, you know, the battle music plays. And if you enter a certain town, then it kind of fades up, you know, that town music. But other than that, you don't get too much more subtlety or dynamic expression. And the music that actually plays isn't always that expressive. It's always stuff that is just so fucking usual. I mean, it's to the point where you could just type in royalty-free tavern music, royalty-free like RPG music, and it's like, yeah, that's all the music. From AAA to indie games, all the music is scored the same way. And generally, minus a little bit of quality here, because obviously Skyrim or some of these bigger MMOs like Guild Wars 2 can hire these giant orchestras, and the sound quality is going to be a little bit better, debatably. But really, does it have the charm? Does it have the character? And does it really express the gameplay properly? Or is it just background noise? Does it match the trailers? Does it match the wallpaper? Does it match a screenshot? But does it match? Here's the big fucking question mark, exclamation point. Does it match the gameplay? You know, because we live in these type of games. Does this music live? Does it have a life? Does it breathe? You know, what my character is doing or running through. And I don't think that's the case for overwhelmingly most MMO. And I think it's really sad, very, very sad, that I would have to champion old school RuneScape once again, and after all these years, which it does a lot of unique things. It does a lot of great things. Like, frankly, it does a lot of bad things too. It really does. But I think its music is good. And I think more MMO need to be more experimental, try to be more different, obviously in more ways, in most ways, like mechanically, obviously. But I just feel like music is one of those things that could be so easy just to be a little bit different. Even if it is just background noise, it doesn't have to really intertwine with the gameplay exactly. You don't have to have all these like sweep ins and sweep outs at very specific moments of what the character is doing or whatnot. You don't need that. I'm just saying, you're creating like these unique worlds somewhat, though a lot of them are pretty usual, and one thing that could change the mood drastically, that can really almost change entire concepts of areas or really change the mood anywhere, is going to be the music. And you end up just dragging and dropping the most usual stuff. You can't say it's bad, but I don't think a lot of people can say it's great. maybe, and in most cases, oh my God, it definitely, overwhelmingly, most of the time, is it good? Is it really good? I don't know. It's just there. It's just there. And the thing is when I'm playing a game, especially when I'm playing a game where I'm supposed to be alive in, I'm supposed to live a life in, I don't want to feel like I'm just there. Like things are just there. I don't want to just be there. I want to like thrive. I want to really dive into this world. So that's what I got to say. That's my thoughts and feelings as somebody who's played a fuckle ton of MMOs. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. Keep the hype alive, and I'll see you again next time. Oh, and final question. What MMO it has the best music, in your opinion? And if you can pick out a specific song, please do. All right. You do you, boo. See you next time.